Libra, welcome to the Renaissance Tarot. Libralicious Libroski. To your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So today, dear Libra, I'm going to be doing your reading for the month of November 2025. And in this reading, I'm going to take a look at your recent past, present, and future, the main challenge. I'm going to clarify all the cards for you and get some final advice and close out with an oracle card. Dear Libra, I would like to thank to each and every one of you for being here onto the channel. Now, these are general readings, so they may resonate with you and they may not. Libroskis, let's see what's going on for you. Okay, so your challenge, dear Libra, for the month of November is the Five of Swords. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Wands followed by the Eight of Swords and the King of Wands. So it looks like there is a conflict here between you and someone else, an unresolved conflict. Somebody here walked away. A conversation here happened between you and someone that led to a conflict, okay? And I'm seeing here major disappointment. A lot of you are very disappointed in how this situation ended. The other person seems to be disappointed and sad over the fact that things ended. We're going to talk about this and see what this conflict here is about that you need to be aware of. Now, in the recent past, you have the Temperance, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Cups. Some of you are dealing with the Sagittarius, possibly another air sign, or Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I do see here in the recent past a lot of determination to move forward towards a direction here, a specific direction. You know, I get this energy here, someone here being emotionally unavailable or close enough towards you. You could have dealt with another person that maybe they were with whoever you were dealing with, had like drinking habits or drinking problems. Other than that, I do see here a lot of determination. You kind of really knew in your mind where this relationship was meant to go, and maybe it did not go the way that you had anticipated, okay? So we're gonna talk about this shortly. In the present moment, you have the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So you're focused on money and family, and I think in the month of November, a lot of you are either gonna increase your money, you're gonna make more money, focus on your financial independence. Family is absolutely on your mind with the Ten of Pentacles. You want to settle down and you want to have a home. This is about a home. This is about, you know, family. For a lot of you, I do get this sense of, you know, thinking about some sort of a brand new beginning, making an big life-changing move. We're going to talk about this and see what this is that you need to know in the month of November. In the near future, you have the Chariot, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. So this is why your challenge here is some sort of a conflict that you had. You have been doing a lot of thinking ever since this conflict and this situation, you know, happened between you and this person. For many of you, you want to initiate something, you want to initiate an action, move things towards a different direction, towards a better direction. I do see here deciding to leave something behind you. You could either change cities, jobs, leave a situation behind, but there is definitely a major important decision that needs to happen with the Page of Swords. That's you, okay? That's an action-oriented card. This is the card of communication, so we're going to talk about this when we clarify. You have the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Wands. I feel like a lot of you are dealing with someone that seems to quite literally, quite honestly, be very unaware maybe at times how they have hurt you at a very deep level. Okay, this is someone that maybe acts a little bit too confident, or they're very much full of themselves. We're not here to put any other signs down, I'm just being honest. Or someone that, you know, they don't really understand the consequences that has happened to you on an emotional level, like how much painful it has been for you to experience all of that. You have the Nine of Wands, the wounded soldier, and the Eight of Swords, right? So this person doesn't really seem to understand at the level that you're understanding or feeling the way that they hurt you. Now, let's go ahead and clarify everything for you, and I'm going to clarify the Five of Swords for you, which is about the conflict that you need to be aware of. So Mercury retrograde is starting up. We're already in the pre-shadow period. Mercury retrograde is starting on November 9th, right? Scorpio season heading to Sagittarius season. So definitely it's important to be aware of the glitches and the conflicts and situations that may arise. So we need to be prepared for that. So let's clarify the challenge, dear Libra. Libroski, you know what I'm saying? I see some of you also commenting, like the Libra guys. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I see you in the comments. You know, my childhood best friend was a Libra. Okay, so the Five of Swords is clarified by the Magician, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Okay, so a lot of you, the conflict here that happened between you and someone else is that somebody here walked away from you. And I'm not going to say any signs in this specific scenario. So the cross watchers, you know, no need to be offended. If you're not the person that you did this to, Libra, then you're fine. But I do see here, Libra, you experienced some sort of a manipulation by this person. The Magician here does not always mean manifestation. It means someone that could manipulate or misuse their power, and maybe it could be translated in a way that you felt like you were being taken advantage of, or you were being misled or deceived in whatever situation that you were. So someone here walked away from you, or someone here, you could be disconnecting from someone. You know, with the Page of Swords, right? Looking at the person that's walking away, it's like you have been wanting to really confront this person or address something very important, okay? Why do they go in and out of your life? Why do they constantly disappear? And that's something very important that, you know, you need to be aware of. Now, in order to avoid this conflict here with the Five of Swords, I'll talk about some of the tools that you can do. That's very personal, so I'll share that with you at the end. But with the Five of Swords, it is about a conflict here that I think is gonna resurface, somebody that walked away from the past. You have the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is the card of Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. So you are Libra, right? And you have the Emperor. So you might be dealing with an Aries, or you might be dealing with someone that's a business owner, okay, owns a business, has a business. And there's also these two individuals right there, which indicates the Lovers. So you need to be aware of like any kind of conflicts that may arise out of this conversation that may happen with this person. Especially you don't like conflict, Libra. Especially you're all about relationships, harmony, and peace. And I think you would do anything to avoid a conflict here. So, but when it gets to the point, you might need to address something. And the big question here is like, are you going to address this or not? Are you going to really say that or not? You know, you can say it, but from a different way, different perspective, right? Just because you might be dealing with someone that gets triggered very easily. So let's talk about the recent past for you, which is the Temperance. Whoever you were dealing with, okay? So this person seems to have been there is something about this person that gravitated you, okay, towards them. Clarified by the Three of Wands, Seven of Swords, and the Hanged Man. We're not gonna sit here and pretend that there was not you guys did not have trust issues, okay? Because the Five of Swords here is also at the bottom of the deck, which is the same challenge as yours. So in the recent past, between you and this person, I think there was a lot of passion and a lot of love. Might have been also a long distance relationship, long distance connection that was developing or in the developmental stages. I'm also getting here, you know, something here being hidden from you. Like I said, lies and deception. When you look at the Seven of Swords, someone here is tiptoeing, stealing the swords, and you have the Hanged Man. So maybe you started catching up on some stuff that this person was hiding from you, or things that were very disturbing. You did try to see the situation from a different perspective, Libra, but I do feel like that a lot of you kind of realize that you gave the benefit of the doubt maybe way too many times, or you were taken advantage of, okay? A lot of trust issues between you and this person. And I feel like, you know, your intuition was right about something here that maybe you caught up on them. Now, in the recent past, you have the Knight of Swords, and this is talking about you after you realize something, headed towards a specific direction. Some of you maybe said, you know what, I'm gonna cut this person out of my life. I just don't wanna continue in this dynamic. I don't wanna be with them. So let's talk about the Knight of Swords in the past for you, dear Libra. So the Knight of Swords is clarified by the King of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles, and the Death card at the bottom of the deck, and the Justice. The Justice is you. as you already know. So in the recent past, there was definitely a major decision here in regards to ending something. And you have the devil. I can't read you literally. So something here was toxic, unhealthy, maybe avoidant issues, codependent issues, whatever the situation was. I do feel like here you having to make a very difficult and a tough decision with this person. So the Knight of Swords here in the recent past is clarified. 10 of Cups, 8 of Wands, and the 10 of Cups, and the King of Cups, right? So there was a lot of love, and I think that even though you love this person so much, even though you truly care for them, but something here was just not working. Something here was getting dismantled, getting out of balance, getting out of order. And you had to make a decision here with the Knight of Swords to head towards a specific direction. So let's talk about the King of Cups. Some of you might have met a water sign while you were in separation or while you were separating. This doesn't have to be for everyone. So the King of Cups in the recent past, dear Libra, is clarified by the Four of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and the Devil again. There is something about family that was very toxic, maybe ever since your childhood you were growing up, or specifically with this person, and you have been healing from that separation. Many of you are still healing from the fact that whoever you were involved in, or the ideology or the concept of getting married with this person, wanting to be with them, it was just very unhealthy. And you did a lot of healing within yourself with the Four of Swords. You know, you maybe started withdrawing, you were in isolation, you were spending a lot of time by yourself, maybe meditating, journaling, writing, or just working, just doing your own thing. Because whoever you separated from in the past, I do see here that there was a lot of unhealthy patterns, toxicity, attachment styles. And also remember that, interestingly enough, with the Mercury retrograde happening soon, we are in the pre-shadow, there is going to be a lot of flashbacks and memories coming up in regards to this person. So that's something that might start happening to you a lot. Now let's talk about the Page of Pentacles for you in the present moment. I think your focus is really shifted on grounding yourself. You know, a lot of you could be embarking onto a new journey of like maybe getting a job, creating a job. Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Cups, 2 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. I think a lot of you might want to travel a little bit. You know that this person is either in the area or you just don't want to be in the same place. I think many of you have realized that the longer you stay in the same place, the more conflicts come out, you know, in the comfort zone, right? With the Two of Wands holding the globe in their hand, looking into the future, a lot of you want to expand your horizons. You want to travel, you want to go to places, you want to meet new people, you want to do something new for you. You know, because maybe for many of you, if you live in the same house, if you are in the same area, there is a lot of memories that come up, that surface for you. And you just want to change something very profound for yourself, right? So Queen of Cups, you want to make a decision here about your future in regards, like, which is going to come out of love. And this is about your own stability. This is about what makes you happy. You're finally starting to prioritize yourself and to put yourself first and really like start loving and doing the things that make you happy and no more people pleasing. So the Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Temperance, the 7 of Wands, and the 9 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. While you are building something, in the meantime, right, you are like starting to really detach, which is amazing. You're starting to focus on what's important for you. I do see here the same Temperance here that was in the recent past, possibly a Sagittarius, kind of like starting to fight against their feelings for you. 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands, you know, this is also kind of goes both ways, telepathically speaking. I think this person is going to pick up on your energy that you have dealt with your trauma a lot. You've done a lot of internal healing, and you're very detached. It's like almost you don't need this person to make you happy. You're very focused on your own happiness, and they're going to pick up on that. And it's like they are also going to realize that they need to heal something within themselves. They could either try to learn things about you or ask people around about you. They, you know, who know about your journey, who know about your, you know, whatever, what are you up to, what you are doing. So that's something that you're going to need to be aware of. And, you know, it's like this person may be really on a deep healing journey because of you. That, and also because of their past experiences that they used to sweep under the rug. So the 10 of Pentacles in the present moment is clarified by the Sun, Leo energy, the World card, and the 4 of Cups and the Moon. So the Moon is at the bottom of the deck, okay, and You have the sun showing up. When the moon and the sun show up, it really talks about this divine feminine, divine masculine energy, not a gender specific, but that's what I'm talking about here, the energies. So in the present moment, I do feel like here the tough cycle in the month of November is going to close out for you, and you're finally gonna be very happy, Libra. You're really gonna be like really, really happy, and happy to the point where when even this person, even the one that you wanted so much, makes an offer to you, and it's somebody that you had wanted to be with, right? Even when this person makes an offer to you, you're so focused on what's in front of you and your goals and your aspirations that is not going to be something to kind of like make you, oh my gosh, I'm like on top of the world. I can't believe this person messaged me, texted me, and they want to be with me. Like, you're going to be so detached. That's the art of detachment, that you're not going to care. Especially when many of you with the World card here are going to be closing up some sort of a major cycle. Let's talk about the Chariot for you here in the near future. Again, could be dealing with the Cancer. Someone here is doing a lot of contemplation, and my intuition is telling me that there is a strong desire here of this person returning and wanting to reconcile and wanting to take you to the next level. But we're going to see how that goes. The Chariot here is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Six of Wands, and there's the Five of Pentacles. Someone here seems to be really sad how things ended between you and this person. And it's the energy that I'm picking up on. Like in the past, this person did not really fully feel sad in the beginning. Maybe it felt very normal for them. Everything was fine. But I think over time, ever since this separation, and maybe they couldn't believe that you could have moved on, or they couldn't really comprehend that you would really detach and just not chase after them. It kind of like, it's like you call your energy back to yourself. You're no longer pursuing or forcing, and they're having a realization that they need to come towards you. They need to make a step towards you, and they need to do a lot of healing. There is something about someone's inner child healing, or someone doing a lot of shadow work within themselves and wanting to heal their inner child. And also, whoever you are dealing with, they're also aiming to gain a lot of stability. For many of you, it's a business stability, it's money, more money into their life. That type of a thing, but also maybe a house or that they can provide for themselves. So let's talk about the Seven of Pentacles for you, dear Libra, in the near future. The Seven of Pentacles, just want to say real quick, this is about someone that kind of thinks what's next, right? The Seven of Pentacles have been built, and what's next, right? What does come next? And that's something very significant for many of you, because you have felt stuck a lot in the past because of this situation, but you're getting out of a rut. You are pulling yourself out of a deep pit, and you're wanting to move forward. So, it's like you're going to think, what's next, even with this person. So you have the the Knight of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords, and there is a Three of Swords at the bottom. So, you already have experienced the heartbreak. You already have gone through a lot of pain and transformation, metamorphosis. What's going to come next for you is, first of all, what comes next for you is clarity, right? Page of Pentacles, your business, and the Knight of Cups, the love. Like, you're going to be really balancing things out in your life when it comes to your business, money, relationship, specifically with this person or maybe with another person. But you are going to get a lot of clarity in the month of November of like your entire life and the trajectory of it and where you really want to move forward to. You have the Page of Swords here in the near future. So this is about you initiating a conversation, sending an email, sending a message, whatever it might be, to communicate like how you feel and how you want to move forward. Because I do see here you, ever since you start to really like distance yourself and be in this place of, I don't want no conflict, I don't want no fraud, I don't want no drama. Cardi B, am I the drama? You know what I mean? And she's a Libra, so you want to stay away from drama. Okay, so the Page of Swords is clarified by the Hermit, the Justice here, and the Death. Okay, like literally when it shows up here, especially with the Justice, and this is the card of a Libra, and it's been showing up a lot. So for a lot of you are going to be fair, right? And the Death card and the Hermit. Okay, so here's the thing, Libra. The most important thing that you're going to remember in this reading is that with the Six of Cups, yes, someone is going to come back into your life from the past. That's going to happen. And what they're going to want to make an offer to you. There you go. You wanted the Ace of Wands, you got it, the Ace of Wands. You want it, you got it. Okay? Now, However, you're gonna make a decision here in regards to whether you're in the middle and whether you're gonna put an end to this, right? With the death card here, or with the hermit, you're gonna give it time and you're gonna eliminate that situation. You're gonna give it time for this person to really show you that they're on the same page with you, because the hermit here is someone that's holding the lantern in front of them and there is only so far that you can see, right? And the hermit is standing on top of the mountain. So you're someone that you already have been through many challenges and obstacles, but you don't want to just rush into back with someone that maybe is at a different level. Not better, not worse, just at a different level. So you could give a chance. I mean, oh yeah, you're fair, but you also might as well just say, you know what, like, I am honestly done with this situation and I just want to move forward and do the things that I want to do for myself. And I just can't afford living in this kind of a uncertainty, right? So let's talk about the advice for you. Very interesting reading. I like this. I really do. So you have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is talking about partnership here, and you know, the Ace of Wands. Okay, so your advice here with the Seven of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Here is the thing. Like I said, you have very, very on point reading right here. You have a very important decision that you're going to be making, right? Two of Pentacles, you know, it's about deciding which way you want to go. You want to go this way or you want to go that way. A lot of you do not want to stay in the state of confusion. And the confusion here is translated with the Seven of Cups energy. You do want to actually, what you want to do, Libra, in the month of November and moving forward is to focus on your financial independence with the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe you are choosing to stay single because you're like, you know what? I'm not forcing anything. I'm aligning myself. I'm not rushing into getting into a relationship. I need to take a step back. You know, maybe from a dating pool, maybe from with this person, you know, because there is a lot of changes that need to happen, right? Because your biggest question here is when the Ace of Wands here is again, if you know, you know, this person comes in and they want to make an offer. Do you want to accept that and commit yourself to this person and to this situation right away or not? That's a big thing here for you. You know, so it's going to be about like really following your heart and do not lose the vision and the focus that you have in the present moment, because you did have all the Pentacles in the present moment and you have the Nine of Pentacles here again, Two of Pentacles. So you could be choosing career over this, or maybe financial success and all your own stability over this. Now, what is your animal spirit message about this situation? Let's see what is your animal spirit message here for the month of November. A lot of signs that I've actually already pulled this, they loved it. Oh, wow. Hummingbird. Aquarius got the same one as you, hummingbird. Actually, it has a very beautiful message. So I'm going to read the hummingbird here for you. So some of you maybe have a hummingbird tattoo, or maybe you have like a hummingbird tattoo, you have earrings, or maybe something about hummingbirds that really make you feel like very much connected. My apologies for this. I'm gonna find this again. I'm gonna find it. I'm so sorry, Libralicious. Hold on. Where the heck is that? I gotta. No. Oh, here. Okay. Thank you for your patience. So it says, inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. Positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. So follow your path, follow your heart, right? The song of your soul. What does make you happy, dear Libra? What does make you feel fulfilled? That's the most important question here, right, to ask. So dear Libra, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, serving and slaying. Have an amazing day. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.